Hi everyone, my name is Blair and this is the Blair Book Project. Welcome back to my channel. Hi. Hi, okay. You don't want attention until I start filming. I've decided that you can be fine without attention until the camera turns on, and then you say, Mommy, please pay attention to me. Okay, so, if Jack will let me, I'm gonna tell you about this video. So I am the third host for vaLITines video challenges, and this is the third challenge. So we all know that Valentine's just happened, and one of my favorite things about Valentine's Day is all the baked goods. Like, your girl can't go near a bakery, otherwise she will buy up the whole bakery. So because of that, I wanted to make this video, make it kind of a fun challenge for everybody. I know that everybody is at different financial levels, so I wanted to make this accessible to as many people as possible. What we're gonna be doing is, if you've seen the title of this video, baked books, or decorating a cake like your favorite book of your TBR from vaLITines.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
And to do that, you can either bake your own cake, you can buy a pre-made cake from a bakery or your grocery store, which is what I did, or you can use a cookie, you can use a cupcake, you could take some wax paper and draw on it with icing. Like, just have fun with this challenge. I didn't look at a calendar before I filmed this, so I'm gonna put the date right here, but you have about a week to film this video so that I can see your delicious cakes. Hi, baby. The winner of this challenge is going to win a book from Book Depository with a maximum price of $25 American, and I will send that to you wherever you are. I think there's like free shipping worldwide. This will be my first experience purchasing anything on Book Depository, so this will be exciting. I cannot wait to see everybody's creations, and I'm actually gonna show you mine in just a second. And what I'm gonna be decorating is The Mothers by Britt Bennett. I fell in love with this book the moment that I started reading it, and I devoured it in like 2 days. And it usually takes me about a week to read a book because of my schedule and just, I guess I'm a slow reader, I don't know, but I read this in 2 days and I loved it. And the cover is so pretty, and I felt like it would be pretty easy to duplicate in a cake. So what I'm going to do is pass you off to the baking Blair, and she's gonna decorate the cake. And I apologize in advance for how weird the setup is, because my kitchen is so small. I don't have very much counter space, like, at all. So you'll see my tiny counter that is about as wide as my cutting board, and then like you'll also see my burners for my stove top. So it's not super aesthetically pleasing, but it's fun. So we're just gonna pass you off over that, and you can see me decorate my cake. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start setting up. What you can do is you can either bake a whole cake if you're a baker. I am not a baker. If you are a little financially, let's say, less well endowed than you would like, you can do my little hack, which is I got this little tiny cake from Walmart for $2. Or you can get a cupcake, or you can get a cookie, whatever you want. So I'm gonna take this off. Cute little cake. I got one with white icing that was flat because I thought that that would be easier to decorate on, and then I got some vanilla icing so that I can mix in with the colors. So they either had just these basic colors, or they had like more pastel-y colors, and now looking at this book, I wish I'd gotten the more pastel-y colors, but it'll be okay. So I'm going to try and recreate this cover minus the letters, because that's just too much, on this little tiny cake. And I'm gonna mix some colors up and draw it on this cake. Okay, so I'm gonna start mixing the colors. I'm gonna make this blue first, and as you can see, I didn't really know how these colors were gonna react, and I didn't have enough blue, so I had to add more blue And then I was finally getting closer to the color that I wanted, but I realized that if I was gonna get the dark colors, I was going to need to use a lot of food coloring, so I just used the lighter colors, and that's gonna be it for the blue, and I'm gonna move on. And then now I'm going to go on and I'm going to make the purple for her face. I started to use a lot of icing in the beginning because I thought that I would need that much icing, and really all it did was make it really difficult to make the colors dark enough, and also I had a lot of leftover icing. So here I am just gonna mix up the purple, and that one actually worked out a lot better than the first blue because I kind of figured out how the blue works. And now I'm going to make the turquoise color. This one, I still hadn't learned my lesson about the icing and used a lot of it. And then mix some green and some blue because it's kind of a greenish, or it's a kind of a bluish green. So I didn't want to make it too green, but in the end it's still pretty green because for some reason that blue just like does not want to be a color. So that's the green. And now I'm going to mix the coral for her hair. Again, not learning about the icing amount that I would need. I used a lot of red, and then I put on some yellow to kind of make it a little bit more orange, and mix it all together, and there is my orange. And now I'm going to make the pink. So it didn't record, but I made a pink, and it's actually like, I'm gonna go make it this pink. So there it is. Okay, and now I am going to make the red, and I've kind of learned my lesson that if I want the color to be darker, I need to use less of the white. And I'm mixing that up. And it's such a small part of the book that I thought that that wouldn't matter. And now that I've made up all my colors, I'm going to start tracing the shapes in the cake. So I'm showing you all the different parts of the book that I want to cover. And I start tracing the outline of her face, and then her little ponytail, and the backside of her hair. And I kind of messed up a little bit right there where I got the cake on the knife, but it's okay because it's gonna all be covered with icing, so it doesn't really matter. And then I'm just gonna finish up tracing her face, and then the little parts of color throughout the rest of the cake. And now I'm going to start filling in the colors with the hair first, and then I'll work my way out. And I had a lot of trouble with filling in the colors because I don't have the right tools. I just had this tiny little paring knife, which was good for getting into small places, but it was not so great with spreading the actual color around. And then I realized I had covered up the part that was supposed to be darker, so I just layered it on top, which actually worked out pretty well. And then I used pink for the ponytail, which I'm kind of bummed because it's not a different enough color from the other two pinks. So what I did is I added some red to the darkest part to make it a little bit darker and more of a variance of color, and just evened it out. And then I was going to color in her face, and I actually fixed some of the shapes that I wanted to fix because I made her nose too big in the drawing. And then I messed up here with the icing, and so I had to kind of like even it out because I made too sharp of a corner, and I wanted to make it smoother like our hair. So it's all filled in with the purple, and I fill in this tiny little spot down at the bottom with purple. And now I'm moving on to the blue, and I mess up again here where I forget that that top corner is actually supposed to be green, but it's okay. I think that it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. And I mess up again and grab some of that pink with the knife because, again, I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I'm going to fill in the green spots. I don't have any gray, so I decided to fill in this spot with green, even though it's supposed to be gray, but that's okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world that I don't have the right color. And then I fill in this little spot with blue, and now time for this little red spot. Just kind of fill it in. So now I'm going to do her blue ponytail. It's a bit darker, so what I do is I grab my food coloring and I just squirt it directly on the cake, and then just use a little bit of the blue that I already made so that when I mix it all together, it's darker. And then I take the green and I mix that all in onto the side and up above her ponytail to fill in the rest of the color on the cake. And you know, honestly, I'm pretty proud with how this came out. The color, it's already starting to come together and look like the cake. Look at that. Now I'm going to take this black icing and I'm going to outline it. Oh, that was a mistake. Actually, I didn't mean to do that, but it worked out perfectly because that's the gray section. And so now I'm just going to outline all the shapes, and I tried to like stop it where there was a break in the lines so that it didn't get all jumbly, and outline her ponytail and her hair. And there we go. Swoopy. And now I messed up there, so I have to like fix that line. And then I draw a line around her face. And here we go. I'm all done with my The Mother's A Novel by Britt Bennett cake. It's beautiful. I'm actually like pretty impressed with myself because of how small it is. I don't think it looks exactly like the cover, obviously. The colors are a bit off. The fact that it doesn't look like a woman. Like I kind of see a fish with like a leaf. Like I don't see a woman, which is kind of a bummer. But I think she looks pretty good. I think she looks cute. So yeah, we're gonna do that. That's gonna be okay. So now that we are done with my beautiful cake, I'm going to send you back over to where you can see my face. I had so much fun decorating that cake. It was like I made way too much icing and so much of a mess, and I probably licked the knife more than I should have, but that's okay. It didn't turn out perfect, and I knew that it wouldn't because I don't have the right tools and I'm not skilled, and I was working on a piece of cake like this big, but I still had fun, and I hope that you had fun watching me pretend that I'm a cake decorator, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So when you post a video of you decorating a cake, be sure to use the hashtag vaLITines so that I can find your cakes. And if you want to tag me, just like when you post them, that way that it's like even easier for me to find you, that would be great, but you don't have to. My Twitter handle is @BlairBookProj, short for project. So yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and it's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited. Like this video if you had fun here, and if you like my cake, and comment down below if you're going to be doing this challenge. That will also help me find you, because if I know to look out for your video already, then I know to look out for you. And if you are new here and you want to keep seeing videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I would love that. Anyways, my name is Blair, and this is the Blair Book Project. Happy vaLITines. I love your faces. Goodbye.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.